The year is 2024, a year that will be remembered for its unprecedented hurricane activity. The Atlantic hurricane season is in full swing, and the atmosphere is charged with tension and anticipation, and it's already one for the record books. Meteorologists and climate scientists have been astounded by the sheer number and intensity of the storms. Three major hurricanes, Hilary, Idalia, and Lee, have left a trail of destruction across the United States. Each storm has brought its own unique challenges and devastation. These storms have tested our resilience. Communities have come together, showing incredible strength and solidarity in the face of adversity. They have shown us the awesome power of nature. The raw, unbridled force of these hurricanes has been both awe-inspiring and terrifying. They have also underscored the urgency of addressing climate change. The increasing frequency and intensity of these storms are a stark reminder of the changing climate. These hurricanes were not mere storms, they were colossal forces of nature, each with its own distinct characteristics and impacts. They were forces of nature. The sheer power and unpredictability of these hurricanes have left an indelible mark on all who experienced them. Each one had its own personality. Hilary, Idalia, and Lee were not just names, they were entities that brought unique challenges and devastation. Each one carved its own path of destruction. From the coastal cities to the inland towns, no area was spared from their wrath. Hilary, a rare hurricane to hit Southern California, brought record rainfall and flooding. The region, unaccustomed to such storms, faced unprecedented challenges. Idalia, rapidly intensifying in the Gulf of Mexico, slammed into Florida with ferocious winds. The state, already familiar with hurricanes, was still caught off guard by the storm's intensity. Lee, a monster Category 5 hurricane, churned across the Atlantic, keeping everyone on edge. Its sheer size and power were a constant source of anxiety for those in its potential path. The 2024 hurricane season serves as a stark reminder. We are living in a world where extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and intense. The evidence is all around us, from wildfires to floods to hurricanes. The impact of these storms extends far beyond immediate damage. The economic toll is staggering, with billions of dollars in damages and countless lives disrupted. They disrupt lives, economies, and ecosystems. The long-term effects of these storms are felt for years, as communities rebuild and ecosystems struggle to recover. Scientists have been warning us for years about the potential for more intense and frequent storms due to climate change. The data is clear, our planet is warming, and the consequences are becoming increasingly severe. Addressing climate change is not just about reducing emissions, it's about building resilience and adapting to the changes that are already happening. Renewable energy, sustainable practices, and community preparedness are all crucial components of this effort. The global community must come together to tackle this issue. International cooperation and strong climate policies are essential to mitigate the impacts of climate change and protect vulnerable communities. In the aftermath of these hurricanes, there is hope. Communities are rebuilding stronger and more resilient than before. Efforts to restore natural habitats and reduce carbon footprints are gaining momentum. Education and awareness are key. By teaching the next generation about the importance of sustainability and climate action, we can ensure a brighter future for our planet. Together, we can make a difference. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to the larger goal of a sustainable and resilient world. As we move forward, let us remember the lessons of the 2024 hurricane season. Let us honor the resilience of those affected and commit to building a better, more sustainable future for all. Hurricane Hilary made history. It was a rare hurricane to strike Southern California. This region is not used to such powerful storms. Hilary formed off the coast of Mexico. It rapidly gained strength. Then, it set its sights on the United States. On August 19, 2024, Hilary made landfall near San Diego, California. It brought with it torrential rains and strong winds. The storm surge flooded coastal areas. Mudflows and landslides blocked roads. Millions of people were without power. Hilary was a wake-up call for Southern California. This region is usually known for its sunny skies and mild weather. The storm showed that even the most unexpected places can be vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Just as Hilary was leaving its mark on the West Coast, the nation was already bracing for another potential disaster. In the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, meteorologists were closely monitoring the formation of another storm system. The atmosphere was charged, and the conditions were ripe for the birth of a new hurricane. Hurricane Idalia, a rapidly intensifying storm, began to take shape in the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf, known for its ability to fuel powerful hurricanes, was once again proving to be a breeding ground for nature's fury. As the storm clouds gathered and the winds began to swirl, it became evident that Idalia was not just any storm, it was a force to be reckoned with, a storm that would soon make headlines. It quickly gained strength, becoming a major hurricane before making landfall. The rapid intensification of Idalia was a cause for concern, as it meant that communities had less time to prepare for its onslaught. Idalia's target was the Gulf Coast of the United States. Residents in the path of the storm began to make frantic preparations, boarding up windows, securing their homes, and stocking up on essential supplies. It made landfall in Florida's Big Bend region as a powerful Category 3 hurricane. The winds howled, the rain poured, and the storm surge began to inundate coastal areas. The storm brought catastrophic storm surge, destructive winds, and heavy rainfall. Coastal communities were devastated, streets turned into rivers, and homes were swallowed by the rising waters. Homes were reduced to rubble, businesses were destroyed. The landscape was unrecognizable, a testament to the sheer power of Idalia. Idalia's fury was not limited to Florida. As it moved inland, it continued to unleash its wrath on other states. The storm continued its path of destruction, bringing heavy rainfall and flooding to parts of Georgia and the Carolinas. Rivers overflowed and towns were submerged under feet of water. Idalia served as a stark reminder of the destructive power of hurricanes, especially those that undergo rapid intensification. The storm's rapid development and the widespread devastation it caused highlighted the importance of preparedness and the need for timely warnings. In the aftermath, emergency responders and volunteers worked tirelessly to aid affected communities. Relief efforts were mobilized, and the long process of rebuilding began. The resilience of the human spirit shone through as neighbors helped neighbors, and communities came together to recover from the devastation. Meteorologists and scientists also took this opportunity to analyze the storm's data, hoping to learn more about the factors that contribute to such rapid intensification. Advances in technology and improved forecasting methods are crucial in providing earlier warnings and better preparation for future storms. Community meetings and educational programs on hurricane preparedness became more frequent, emphasizing the importance of having a plan in place. From evacuation routes to emergency kits, the lessons learned from Idalia were shared widely to ensure that future storms would find communities better prepared. As the skies cleared and the seas calmed, the Gulf Coast and the Carolinas began the slow process of healing. Nature, in its relentless cycle, had once again reminded us of its power and unpredictability. But in the face of such challenges, the strength and resilience of the affected community stood as a beacon of hope and determination. As if Hilary and Idalia weren't enough, the Atlantic hurricane season of 2024 had more in store. Hurricane Lee emerged as the most powerful storm of the 2024 hurricane season. Lee intensified at an alarming rate, transforming from a tropical storm into a Category 5 hurricane in just a matter of days. This rapid intensification caught the attention of meteorologists worldwide, who were astounded by the storm's explosive growth, becoming a monstrous Category 5 hurricane with winds exceeding 160 miles per hour. Lee's path was erratic and unpredictable, making it a particularly dangerous storm to track. Meteorologists struggled to predict its movements as it seemed to have a mind of its own, veering off expected paths and creating new challenges for those in its potential path. It churned across the Atlantic Ocean, keeping meteorologists and coastal communities on high alert. The storm's immense size and intensity raised concerns about its potential impact, not just on coastal areas, but also on inland regions that could experience severe weather as a result. Communities from the Caribbean to the eastern seaboard of the United States braced for the worst, with emergency services and disaster preparedness teams working around the clock to ensure readiness, even if it didn't make a direct landfall. Fortunately, Lee weakened slightly before coming too close to land. This weakening was a relief to many, but the storm still posed significant risks. The remnants of Lee continued to produce heavy rainfall, strong winds, and the potential for flooding in areas already saturated from previous storms. However, it still brought dangerous surf and rip currents to the east coast of the United States. Beaches from Florida to Maine experienced powerful waves and strong currents, leading to beach erosion and hazardous conditions for swimmers and surfers. Local authorities issued warnings and closed beaches to prevent accidents, but the power of the ocean was a stark reminder of nature's force. Lee served as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of hurricanes and the importance of being prepared for the worst. Communities held disaster preparedness drills, stocked up on emergency supplies, and reviewed evacuation plans. The lessons learned from Lee's unexpected behavior underscored the need for vigilance and readiness in the face of nature's most formidable storms. As the hurricane season continued, the experiences with Lee reinforced the critical importance of early warning systems, community preparedness, and the resilience of those living in hurricane-prone areas.